Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. Today I got another product review for you. Today it's going to be on the 10.5-inch Stargazer cast iron pan. We're going to take this bad boy out of the box. I'm going to give you a quick look at it. We're going to do bring you in close, let you look at everything on it, and then we're going to cook up a delicious dish. So stay tuned. So yeah, the other day I got an email from the guys over at Stargazer Cast Iron. Said, we seen your videos on YouTube, and they gave me the list of all the other guys, the big guys. You know who I'm talking about. Cowboy Kent, Cast Iron's Chaos have already done reviews on this pan, so I guess I'm kind of, at the back of the pack on that. But I am super stoked that they consider me in the same group of those guys, those channels. All right, so here at the Backwoods Gourmet, I hope the Stargazer didn't think we were going to be easy on their cast iron, okay? If they watched any amount of my videos, they know we don't cook in the house at all. Over 340 videos on YouTube right now, we haven't cooked anything in the house yet. So what we're going to do is first we're going to get this guy out of the box, give you a close look at it, and then we're going to fire the Weber kettle grill with them charcoal baskets in there, and we're going to cook an amazing pork chop with vegetables and cheese, one skillet dish right on this 10.5-inch Stargazer pan. So it's a tough time of the day to film out here. Sun's getting low in the sky. We got some weather coming in. Hopefully we can get in this this full review and cook. So I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to cut the tape right here and open up the box. It looks to be pretty well packed. Okay, and there it is inside, and it is very well packed. It's got a little kind of a cast or a cardboard cradle for it there. Just lift that to handle it there, and we'll bring the pan out. It comes with a nice envelope here. Let's look and see what's inside. Sealed up, dude. I guess that's going to be our care instructions, and comes with a refrigerator magnet. Hey, look at that. There's a Stargazer right on there. It even sticks to my stainless steel table. Alright, well, we'll stick that over there. Alright, and read this first kind of deal. Same with all the rest of the pans. Show you how to cook, how to clean. I don't think we're going to need those instructions, so we'll put those aside. So let me go ahead and get it out of this plastic part here, and then we'll give you a close look at it. Real quick, I just took it out of the plastic. It's got a nice forged in Stargazer cast iron, made in the USA. Gives you the skillet number. It's 10.5-inch, and it gives you in centimeters. Got a nice long handle on it. And in a minute, we're going to compare these to some of the other skillets we have. Inside, it still has a bronze finish on it here. It's bronzy factory finish. But I can tell you what, that inside of that pan, that's as smooth as a newborn baby's butt. Okay? Really nice and smooth. And the other thing they tout as one of their features is this flared rim, so that you could pour off of any side of this pan. No pour spouts needed because of this flared rim. So we'll probably see how that works in future videos, but tonight we're going to do a one skillet meal. So the next thing I want to do is compare this to some of the other premium cast iron pans that I already have. So the two other pans that I have selected to compare against the Stargazer are the Field Company. It's very similar in price to the Stargazer. Also made in America. Super smooth in the bottom, right from the factory. Okay. One thing this does lack is pour spouts. Okay, no pour spouts here. All right, but let me tell you what. This is one of my daily users these days. This one actually stays in the house these days, and it's one of my go-to pans. I actually cook the same dish, slightly modified, on this pan last night is what we're going to make today. The second one I brought out is the Blacklock, the new premium series from Lodge. As you know, this is the one that we didn't do any modifications to. This one's still factory stock. Not as smooth. You hear zig, 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 but over here. Okay, not as smooth, but the seasoning's building up in it pretty nicely. And this has been a pretty good pan also. And we still owe you the final Blacklock challenge between the modified and non-modified Blacklock. A little dingy there, ringing a bell. This is a number 12. Okay, these are both sorry, that's a number 10, or now they call it a 12-inch pan. I don't go by the old numbers. This would be a number 8, or nowadays a 10.5-inch pan. Same with the Field Company's number 8 there. Number 8. This one's not stamped number 8. It just says 10.5 inch. Okay, which would be the same size. I'll show you if they go right inside of each other. Same deal. All right, but this is a good opportunity to show you the difference in the handle length. Back that up for you a little bit. Between the Field Company and the Stargazer, that is much longer handle. That's probably at least, I would say, about 2 inches longer, and this is their, they call cool design, and it's designed to keep it cooler. And the same thing with the Blacklock. They extended their handles on those to be longer, but even the Blacklock, if I put them closer, that's about 1.25 inches. The Stargazer is about 1.25 inches longer than even the Blacklock pan. All right, so there's the pan. So what we're going to do first, I'm going to go ahead, now we're going to get ready to cook on it for the very first time. And this is what I'm going to suggest for everybody from getting the pan the very first time. I have some Corona Duché cast iron soap in the house that is orange oil based. I'm going to go ahead and wash it with soap, that's cast iron soap and water, just to get any funk from it being handled and shipped and all that off especially the inside of the pan. We're going to give it a quick little rub down on the inside with some flaxseed oil, set it over on the propane burner, and let this goldish finish start to turn a little darker. And then we're going to cook up an awesome pork dish in one skillet with the Weber kettle grill. So this is what the Stargazer looks like after just about 30 minutes over here on a medium-high heat with some flaxseed oil in it. And it's already actually starting to pick up a pretty good shine and some spots around the edges, and this is our very first day we ever had it. Okay, it's perfectly smooth inside. Letting that cool down just a little bit. But while we're doing that, we're getting our charcoal ready. It's about 3/4 of a chimney, the regular Weber chimney starter, and we're going to put those on the Weber charcoal baskets right over a little bit we had left over from the other night. And we're going to put that off to the side. It's going to have a direct heat zone here, and then where the chimney is sitting now will be indirect. Okay, so that's getting pretty ready. Give it another couple minutes. We don't even need a couple more minutes. Go ahead, just dump it right in there right now. There's a pretty good mound. So we're going to need some good direct heat to begin with, and then we're going to need, and that fire's hot. Then we're going to need good baking heat after that. So we can always choke that fire down using our lever here. I need to, and I think I will right now. Close it about halfway. Get our grill up on there, burn off any gook that we had on it. I need to get a hot pad for that. It's been hanging on the edge there. And we'll get started with the dish. So let's go over the ingredients you're going to need to make this beautiful pork chop dish. I got some thick cut pork chops right here. They got the bone in them. I love the bone in. Okay. All right, and nice and thick. All right, I got some baby Bella mushrooms there, and I picked all the smallest ones out of my package and left them whole. I got one zucchini chopped into bite-sized pieces. I also have one large sweet onion, again chopped coarsely. Two medium cloves of garlic sliced. Two plum tomatoes. Those are cut into 1/16 each side. I've cored them. Take the core out and cut each side into 4 pieces, so that's 16 pieces out of a tomato. I got one peach cut into bite-sized pieces, fresh peach. Parmesan Reggiano, which we're bringing at the very end, and some shredded mozzarella. So the grill is set up, super hot searing zone over here, indirect side over here. So one thing I didn't mention in the ingredients there is you're going to need your cast iron pan, in this case a Stargazer, which is already preheated, and you're going to need some olive oil. I generally don't list those in the ingredient. You already knew you're going to need some kind of olive oil or oil of some kind. Use bacon grease if you got it. That's why I usually don't put it in. Some people have their preferences for what kind of oil they want to use. Here we're going to use olive oil, and that ain't going to take very long. That's going to be searing hot and ready to throw them pork chops on. So we got our pork chops are ready, and they're at room temperature, by the way. Going ahead and putting our favorite season, Seminole Swamp seasoning, on it. If you like to try some Seminole Swamp seasoning, you can get it 2 ways. You can get it for free by leaving a comment down in the comments below, and once a month we pick comments that we like, or they don't have to be praising us, believe me. Sometimes I'll pick funny comments. Sometimes I'll even pick somebody that has a very good criticism of what we're doing around here, or teaches us a new trick that we didn't know before. So don't think that we don't read the comments, because we do. Good seasoning, be ready for the pan. I also hope that Stargazer didn't think that we were going to baby their pans with wooden tools and all that plastic mess. Alright, hate wooden tools. I hate especially plastic. Whatever. We're going right in with a metal tool. This has been my go-to, and go-to for hundreds of years using cast iron. And as long as used properly, you're not going to hurt that thing. That's the color we're looking for right there. So we'll give that just a couple more minutes, and we're going to move it off of the direct heat. In about another 2 minutes, we'll slide it over here. I'll try to keep the handle under the lid. Actually, probably could have kicked those coals back a little bit, and we may still. Well, I'm gonna let it sit over there for a second, and we're gonna go ahead and put this lid on so we can damper it down. See that handle is still a little bit in the way over there. All right. Okay, the bottom bit's totally closed. I'm gonna close off that top one about halfway. If that don't bring that down to about 350, we're gonna go in there and pull some coals out. Maybe a slight miscalculation on how many coals I was gonna need. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Could have probably got away with about half as many as we had there and still had plenty of direct heat. Go ahead and pull these out. No harm, no foul. This lid back on. Tend to that in a minute, but we don't want to overcook our chops. So I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the skillet until we get our fire under control. So this is the first time I've actually attempted this on the grill. I did this inside with the regular stove and oven. I know I once in a while I try these out stove oven before I come out here and do them. So I overestimated how many coals we need. We really only need 1 basket charcoal, okay, to get this up to where you need it. So we took the chops out. They're nice and seared. They're not done by any means. So we're going to let that pan get back up to temp, and then we can rotate it in and out of this fire as needed. And so we're going to start putting in our veg and get ready to turn this whole thing into a bake right here. Thing going in, onions. We did let that pan cool off a bit. These I just want to kind of get sweating just a minute, give them a little head start. I don't want them to be too hot. Just kind of show them to the edge of the fire there. It won't take long for those to start going. So right as my onions are starting to clarify, I'm going to go ahead and set my chops right back in there the way I took them out, bone to bone. I want that bone to be toward the center. Okay, it's going to take the longest to cook. If you got any juice left on your pan like I do, you don't want to waste that. After you put your chops in, come back in with your garlic. You can put that on top or around the sides, just scatter it over the dish. Keep your tool handy here, and keep the pan rotating over that fire. You don't want one spot to get too much hotter than the other. Alright. Still giving that just a bit of a head start. At this point, it's pretty much a dump dish. We're going to dump in our mushrooms. I want them to be nestled along the edges. Same with our zucchini. Dumped in there along the edges. These are going to melt down as it bakes. Lastly, our tomatoes. You can put them right on top. Just scatter them all over. Sure we got all of our stuff here. Yeah, we'll spread out a little bit more. Better there. Alright, man, that looks beautiful, don't it? Okay. Find my hot pad, we'll move it off the fire. We'll scoot it away from the fire. Gonna make sure our carry handle, or helper handle down there and our handle down here are gonna clear the grill. We'll go ahead, stick the lid back on, and we're gonna make sure our vent is over the pan, wherever the pan happens to be. And I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. And what we're looking for here is about 350. If we have to, we'll adjust that bottom vent so that it stays at 350. 350, 375 would be perfect. Okay, Cabela, do you want to show people on YouTube how you've already learned how to play ball? At the tender age of just 10 weeks? Maybe 11, going on 11. Hey, ready? You ready? We're out here in the studio, and Mrs. Backwoods got her the baby tennis ball, and she's already been bringing it back to me. All right, you ready? All right, ready? Go, go. Get it. Gonna bring it back? No? You're not gonna bring it back? Okay, you're disappointing me on YouTube. You did it like 10 times off camera. Getting tired? Alright, let's go take a look. So everything's getting started there very well. So we gave that 15 minutes, and now it's time to put our peaches right on top. Alright, this time you can, if you want, if you think so, you need it, put a little bit more seasoning, salt and pepper, your favorite seasoning right on top of that. I did give mine a little bit of Seminole Swamp season. Have to watch the salt around here, man. I season those pork chops pretty well, so we might wait till a little later test seasoning on that. But another 15 minutes with the peaches, and then we're going to start on our cheese layer. So we're going to go in and give it another check. It's been another 15 minutes. Everything's starting to look good. I'm going to go in with a little skewer. I'm going to start poking the veggies and everything that's up under there. Man, I don't want everything to be like mush, you know. And I did have to come back. You know, we estimated how many coals this was going to need to begin with, and I did have to put about 5 or 6 more back in there. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate the pan. Some of the stuff on the side away from the fire is a little less done. I'm gonna give it another 10 minutes. Especially those zucchini. Okay, test them. That's going in there nice and easy now. Peaches, they don't take long. So, time to go in with cheese, and this is shredded mozzarella. And I want to bring that temp up now. That's why I've added more coals. I want to bring the temp up to melt and brown this cheese a little bit if possible. Maybe we won't get it all the way brown. But go ahead and put the mozzarella in, and now I'm coming over with the Parmigiano Reggiano. Oh my God, guys. This cheese is like, I don't know, combination between cheese and bacon. It's just the best thing you can possibly put on top of anything, as far as I'm concerned. And I micrograted that, so we'll see what the non-sticks qualities of the pan are with that cheese all sitting there. Alright, that fire's getting going good now, because we want to bring it up about 450, 475 now, and I'm going to put that vent right over top of the fire so it gets hot. So it's been a few minutes since we cranked it back up to about 400, adding a little bit more coals. The cheese looks golden brown, so let's go ahead, pull it off. I don't want to overcook the pork chops or any of the veg. Let's go ahead and grab our hot pad. And you're gonna have to be careful, because that, even though that handle is supposed to be, you know, a cool handle, that's for using it on the stove. This has been in the grill, so you're gonna need good hot pad. Let's get it off, put it on the table. Don't go nowhere, guys. We're fixing to eat. Alright, so let's go ahead and garnish this and plate it up. I got some finely chopped basil right straight out of the garden, and that's going to be add a little good greenery to it. So let's go ahead and see how. I need to grab a hot pad, because that pan is hot. So we're going to go ahead and get one of our pork chops out with all that veg and cheese. Oh my God, guys. I know you can't hardly see the pork chop, but I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more of the veg and cheese. Oh, look at them mozzarella string pulls. Okay. Alright, I actually dropped some zucchini on the side there. Man, oh, we got string pulls still. So a little bit of the pork chop. You want some of that. I know you do. It's dripping with juice. Super, super tender. And you know, we got these peaches still got the skin on them. Man, I wish you were here to share this with me tonight. Stargazer pen. Can't talk because I'm too busy eating. Did a great job. Oh man, I tell you what, that was a great meal. And got some leftovers over here for tomorrow, take to lunch. And I tell you, I've been looking at the pan here and what's going on after I took everything out of it, and I'm gonna make a call right now. We'll see how it works out, but I think we could just wipe this out with a paper towel. The cheese that was around the edge was just, I mean, I could poke it with my finger and just slide around. It's super slippery. Even after we seared those pork chops in there. All right. Look at that. I mean, it is freaking gorgeous. You know, it's still got a little bit of oil in it, and what we're going to do is throw it back up on the burner just a little while, let it smoke. That way it doesn't become sticky. You can see how much blacker it is after one use and after the one just stovetop seasoning that we did to it right before we started this this whole video. It is not getting really nice and black and shiny. I'm gonna glint it around for you, okay, so it catches the light. That is taking seasoning in just one cook. So I'm super excited about using this pan for future cooks for you guys. So all we're gonna do is set it back on the burner, let it come up to a smoke. I'm gonna turn the burner off, just let it cool down naturally. And man, I'll tell you what, this thing is about ready right now for some eggs. Might be the next thing you're gonna see on it. So thanks for watching the Backwoods Gourmet review on the Stargazer 10.5-inch cast iron skillet. Full unboxing review. If you like what we're doing, please hit that like button right down there to subscribe to our channel. You can do it right over there. For another great Backwoods Gourmet videos can be over there. And for a whole playlist cast iron Dutch oven cooking, it can be right up there. We'll see you next time.